they're being disillusioned about the masculine energy that's around them and that's toxic and corrupt. Yeah. And now they're in regret about an ending. They're sad. They're ashamed of this. They are being disillusioned. They don't want to be like these other men. That's awesome. Somebody wants to break a curse or be better. Because maybe they want to marry you. Yeah, they have these true feelings. They thought that true feelings would lead to failure. And they wanted to win at all costs, but that led to them losing a gift or a blessing here, and it wasn't something that could be swapped around. Like, it's irreplaceable, whatever this is. This could be you. Maybe, this all had to do with inflexible, unreasonable beliefs, rigid thinking, and it kept someone stuck or in a stalemate. Like, they weren't doing the right thing, so this could not move forward, and you had to turn your back on this, or somebody does. They have to leave. This is not an improvable situation. Somebody needs to leave the homeland. They need to make better decisions. A King of Cups in reverse. This is that they should block their heart off to these people, not somebody that has pure energy. Yeah, there's shame here about this ending and being a player. They're stepping into their fire energy, and they're putting that behind them, and they're putting the work in now. Hierophant. They want something better. Yeah, they're very inspired. Wow. After being very reckless. Wow. Somebody was very reckless with their energy, and their heart chakra was blocked. They're dealing with bad karma. So in the near future, though, somebody's manifesting something else. And now this Queen of Swords in reverse is having problems at a property, or having to leave a home, or somebody's leaving home, or there's disharmony within a home. It's a huge shakeup because somebody's manifesting something else now. Yeah. Yeah, they're putting down the burden of this family. They realize how reckless they were about unconditional love. They failed to lead, and they're stepping into their King of Wands, and they're fixing it any way they can. Because it's energy that's irreplaceable. Yeah. They took it for granted because of who they were around. This King of Cups in reverse is either watching somebody that has inspired them to go it alone, or this is what they're going to do, and they're closing their heart off to these people, or this is separate energy. I think it's the same person, though. The reason that they didn't go within is because there was a toxic feminine that was in competition for this relationship. And they didn't want this person to see something about this relationship. They didn't want somebody to see the benefits of cooperating, pouring in equally, a fair partnership. But that's where the inspiration is. That's where the well-being and the balance lies. That's where the healing is. That's where the protection and the help is. That's where the blessing is. Yeah, which leads to more blessings. Financial independence and stability. Somebody didn't fight for this, and they didn't have boundaries, but they're motivated now. Somebody was very malicious towards you, and it was uncalled for here. The reason that you were left out in the cold was because of either money or because of what you valued, or because of where maybe you have a job that makes you money and you care about that and you weren't willing to let that go, or their financial tension, and they This person wanted somebody to be excessively suitable. And, you know, so now what? What's the advice? Yeah, somebody might want to earn your honor, basically, to be able to feel like they deserve marriage. Yeah, there was a bunch of toxic shit going on behind your back. And it was because somebody here wanted something that you had. You have prosperity of some kind, or abundance, or confidence, or creativity, or some kind of resource. And there was somebody that was obsessed with it. Okay, another feminine. And they come off as a sweetheart, a queen of cups, but they're not a real one. They're toxic. Yeah. And somebody failed to lead, and they were very immature, and they didn't set boundaries. So instead of setting boundaries and protecting you, they didn't tell you everything. They basically just were they just like were a pushover. They didn't protect you. They didn't see the truth either, I don't think. Yeah, you're a star. Somebody who's reckless with a star seed. Sheesh. Jesus. There's unconditional love here and sweet memories, though, with a King of Cups in reverse who was careless, was stupid with this decision, and they realized they couldn't replace it. They couldn't swap something around. Yeah. This Queen of Wands in reverse is not a replacement for whatever. Yeah, they're being disillusioned. They're going a different way now. They're going to put in the work. Not for these people, for you. They're going to rebel against these people. They see it as a waste of time, a bad investment with this Queen of Wands in reverse. It's all destructive energy, jealousy. Yeah. It has to do with your abundance, your job, your high value energy. Okay. So what is the, somebody wanted to take something that wasn't theirs. Okay. What the fuck? Okay, what is in the environment? Somebody's thinking, damn, I should have married you. Yeah, they're seeing you as their happiness. You're the energy source. You're the inspiration. Something's being illuminated loud and clear. It's blinding. Can't miss it. Something as clear as ever. Hopes and or fear? Yeah, disillusioned. Clear as ever. Somebody's realizing that somebody just didn't want to take any sacrifice. They were so selfish. And now somebody's going to fight for this and rush in. And it's a tower because it's an ending for somebody else. Somebody's stepping into their masculine energy in a positive, healthy way. They're fighting for themselves. That's awesome. They're really sad that they didn't celebrate you. They just wanted to heal from, they just wanted to avoid a painful ending. And they didn't trust their intuition about this like chaos or this competitive energy, or that there was somebody like literally working against them. They are taking control of their life and following their heart. Somebody wants to express some kind of warm emotion, energy to you. They were unreliable, but there's these sweet, they can't stop thinking about you, how reckless they were, how they should have married you. Wow, they had this opportunity. They should have protected it. Wow, somebody's talk about revelation, y'all. Telling you. Finally seeing it. All right, possible outcome. Capricorn. Yeah, see? You not trying to convince people of your value, instead just like leaving it to God. Yeah. So a blessing that's going to happen is the outcome is somebody's going to be rich in every way. That not negotiating or compromising is a terrible plan that's only going to trap them. It was a bad plan to play victim. Terrible. The blessing is putting action quickly behind long-term commitment, loyalty, breaking away from toxicity, this Queen of Cups, seeing them for who they really are, leaving home, feeling this heartbreak, understanding that you've been manipulated and love bombed, but it's probably karma because you've done the same to others, and you need to leave this out in the cold once and for all. Things are going to get worse before they get better. You have to close this cycle out for sure, like indefinitely, because it's always going to be a fail. This person's always going to want to win at all costs, dismissing everybody else. So you have to go it alone. And you can't just take, you have to give back. And that is where you're going to win. Okay? Period. You're going to have haters that are going to watch you. Maybe a father and a mother or a matriarch. Toxic karmics, okay? They're going to be spying. Or they already are. Yeah. Because they were watching to see if somebody lost their peace and stability because of this confusion. They probably deprived somebody of clarity on purpose to watch. But all they're seeing is strength. So now they got to give up on whatever this injustice was here. They've caused a whole bunch of chaos for themselves. And misfortune. King of Cups. For not showing up, collaborating with you, for not moving forward. They lost this opportunity. They lost a lover. They lost a friend. They're not happy. They didn't gain anything. And they have to leave this dysfunctional family behind. Otherwise, yeah. Or somebody's leaving this King of Cups behind. Put it where it fits, y'all. But it looks like somebody's, yeah, they're doing the thing, y'all. They're gonna fight for themselves. Yeah. It was a misfortune not giving you what you deserve, whether that be kindness, resources, generosity, the recognition that you deserve. They thought that they weren't seeing things properly here. Okay, well, that's good news. I don't know what you're going to do with that, Capricorn, but at the very minimum, I'm sure you'll be happy to see somebody fighting for themselves and, seeing clearly here. Yeah, putting the work in after living life as a player with no purpose. Yeah, somebody's very motivated to take their control back. They didn't trust their intuition about these feelings. They want to celebrate them instead. They should have celebrated. Instead, something was very unbalanced. It had to do with your work. Yeah. Somebody could have been like in competition with you, or I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, they have a new perspective. This is awesome. They want to restore something that they don't want something to be over. They're answering the call of the universe. These karmic ass hoes are so jealous of your energy, of the spark. Oh my God, look, ace. They're so jealous. Yeah, rebelling was a waste of time. These feelings are a blessing. Yeah. And they have to watch. So all of this was just a delay. Yeah, so that's your reading, Capricorn. Okay. Overall, pretty good stuff.